Trying to get out the city, born up in the nitty gritty. Gutter boy was treated shitty, running, flying, need no pity. Family life was blowing up, not enough love for my cup. Trying only to look up, even as a baby I knew what's up. Trying to get out the city, born up in the nitty gritty. Gutter boy was treated shitty, running, flying, need no pity. Family life was blowing up, not enough love for my cup. Trying only to look up, even as a baby I knew what's up. Ran away for college, trying to obtain that knowledge. For a baby boy Thomas to know himself as flawless. I was growing up in bondage to a redneck mind unpolished. Locked it up like a hostage cause I was constantly admonished by my family, by my friends. I'm the weird kid yet again. Piss me off and I demolish you. Nothing but the honest truth. It will just astonish you. Put you in a lock or two. Only keep a couple few people close to me, but who? That is for me, not you. But please know that I love you too. Keep you in my heart and mind, and I will always root for you. Succeed and love your life. Even get a husband, wife. Just here to make art for the soul, express my strife. But if I find a goddess, then I gotta be honest. I'll give them my entire heart, no need for being modest. All these thoughts driving through this town, it's honestly ironic. When I left at 18, said I'm never coming back, I promise. Trying to get out the city, born up in the nitty gritty. Ghetto boy was treated shitty, running, crying, need no pity. Moved on back, I'm stuck here now, hoping things and change, but wow. Post-storm leaders made a vow, then lie and steal and stay highbrow. Trying to get out the city, born up in the nitty gritty. Ghetto boy was treated shitty, running, crying, need no pity. Moved on back, I'm stuck here now, hoping things and change, but wow. Post-storm leaders made a vow, then lie and steal and stay highbrow. Panama City politicians always clown. After Hurricane Michael, they left us all to drown. 5 million stole from FEMA, yeah, they thought they'd get a crown. Good old boy syndrome is the only party in this town. Kick them out of office, tear the entire system down. Charge $500 a month with wires, lay up on the fracking ground. No power, no phone, but we paying for it anyway. Set they ass on fire, profits over people is the way. Burn them all down, take our money back, let them pray. Feed them to the fishes and the sharks up in the bay. Take this fight national, those phonies always stray from doing what the people want. They just look to prey on our fears and feed us lies through propaganda every day. Set us against each other so that we just fray and weaken our defenses. Yes, this is their play, so vote them out of office and please don't forget to spay.
This is Thomas Teretic reminding you to please spay and neuter your politicians by voting them out of office and petitioning for term limits in the Senate and Congress. God bless America.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 25th episode of Lights, Thunder, Action. I'm Thomas Carter Rochester, a.k.a. the son of Dale.
And I'm David Thompson, a.k.a.
Let's go, Heat! Going to the finals, baby! Let's go! Are you sure you're a Heat fan or a Ronald McDonald fan in that shirt, bro?
Can I put this on to show you? Yeah, it's my D-Wade jersey. It's funny. He missed it by 1 year.
Here you
Dwayne
go.
missed it by 1 year. Maybe he was the problem. Not actually. I love you, Dwayne.
I almost died.
I love you, D-Wade. My only Heat jersey is D-Wade, so I can't say I don't love him. But yeah, going to the finals. Let's go. Wednesday night, Lakers Heat. Full disclosure, though, I am a huge LeBron fan. So, like, I feel like I can't lose, but I also feel like I hate to root against one of the other teams. So, I mean, I'm in a good situation because I'll be happy either way. But it'll be weird watching the games being like, I want LeBron to make, or Anthony Davis to make that shot, but I also want the Heat to do well. So, yeah, but I'm very excited. Honestly, best case scenario for me personally, because I still love LeBron and the Heat are my favorite team. So, but I've been watching every single Heat game. So I'm more kind of like, I don't know. I'm more like ingrained in what the Heat are doing right now than the Lakers. So I feel like I'm going to be rooting for them more because they're the underdog, man. Who doesn't love an underdog story? You know what I mean, Thomas? Anyway, that's the
yeah, like the
for
2011 Mavs.
And that's the show for you guys
and the
today.
2006 Heat.
Yay, there you go.
You
That's
know,
what we're talking. Yeah.
Those were wild times. They were.
We don't talk about 2011, but
We don't talk about 2006. You were barely alive.
I was barely alive. That's how I actually became. I mean, full disclosure, that's kind of where I started to like the Heat. I mean, I was a little kid, but I was
That's
like,
fair.
oh, hey, they won the championship. Like, when
They're from
little, you don't really
Florida,
get things.
you know?
Yeah, I liked Shaq a lot.
Who doesn't love Shaq?
Yeah, and like when you're a little kid, he just seems such like a superhero because he's like, oh, Shaq, he's so big, and you like have the Shaq shoes and all that stuff.
What you talking about? Little? He's still like very big.
Oh no, yeah,
He makes us look like kids.
He'd make us look like
Kids.
children. Yeah,
Yeah.
kids. You're right. Nailed
We were
it.
there.
We were already there.
Well,
Sorry.
pal, really quick, let's just say hi to everyone in the comments. Kyle Nunez is here. Hello there. Jen Hogan, thank you for joining us. Terry McIver, hello, welcome. I just realized that my iPad does not have the stream up. Awkward. So now I couldn't see who was popping in and out of the thing because that's how StreamYard and Facebook integrate.
Well, hey,
not
for
wrong.
everyone that is here, we've got a good show for you guys tonight. So we've got a lot of news. We're back to doing pretty much all news today, with our final main topic being just breaking down the WandaVision trailer, which is going viral, breaking streaming records. Everyone is just wanting the MCU to come back, and WandaVision is our first taste since April of any kind of marketing from the MCU or any kind of anything, which is unbelievable. So yeah, we're breaking that down. A lot of other fun news for you. Some not so fun news. It's always, these days, it always is a back and forth of good and bad. The balance, as some would say. But yeah,
as things should be. Oh, I don't know why. I just quoted Thanos as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Balance. Let me. Do I have a Qui-Gon in me?
Oh, let's hear it.
Balanced, as all things should be.
Hey, that was better than I thought it would be.
That was a 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 out of 10. Like that was better than I thought.
Yeah. Thomas, how you doing today, man?
I scared myself. Self 5. I'm alive, Brendan. I'm alive. I don't know. We're on Monday. I've been working all of the times. Filmed this weekend. The Cowboys lost yesterday in a slugfest, which I mean, it was a fun game to watch. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. Very surprised. Diggs is my new favorite defensive player. If we could get Earl Thomas, Jerry Jones, I know you're watching the show. Can we just get Earl Thomas on that 1 year, $1 million deal? It's not like it's a lot of money, bro.
And you can't, I mean, I'll say that, like, you can't feel bad about losing the Seahawks. They seem kind of unreal this year. Wilson's already got 14 touchdowns in the first 3 weeks. Like,
yeah. Remember when Pat Mahomes had like 12 and everyone was losing their shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Wilson, I mean,
no one is losing their shit right now. And it's like, but why?
Yeah. But I mean, hey, the Cowboys are still leading the division.
Oh my God, we are.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what sucks is I think we play the entire NFC West this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do, because we've lost to the Rams. We've lost to the Seahawks. The Cardinals are kicking everybody's butt. I don't remember who the other team is, but they exist.
49ers, who just destroyed the Giants with no healthy players.
Oh,
Fun
that's
fact,
right.
they were playing 40% of their payroll on Sunday. 40%. That's how many players are injured for them.
Well, it's the Giants.
But if you think about it, Nick Bosa and like Garoppolo make so much money. That's a lot of that percentage of payroll.
It's true.
And they're both out.
It's the Giants without Saquon, because he's also out.
It's funny. Both New York, yeah, exactly. And both New York teams are just complete garbage this year. Like, we played the Colts played the Jets, and we had 2 pick sixes. We were just driving on them with ease. It was So
welcome to Sports the Podcast.
Yeah, you guys get used to this because football season's alive and well, and we got to get it out of our system.
I don't have my Marvel drugs. We're gonna get to that. I have my football drugs. And that was the first drug.
Yeah, because
it's probably the first drug. It was the first one I got to do for realsies.
I mean, the beauty is that we can't all pack in a theater right now, but football games can still be played, and we can all watch on our little televisions.
Can't pack into a movie theater, but you can pack into a bar.
Yeah, that is.
Welcome to Florida. And also Texas.
This is
They do it
true.
there as well.
Yeah.
But David, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, not to keep bringing up sports, but Colts won. The Heat are heading to the finals. The Lakers are in. I love LeBron. Things are going great, man. The news today, okay. You know, we've got some. I'm a big MCU guy. We got some balance when it comes to the MCU, some good, some bad. But WandaVision, I am super excited for. Spoiler alert, I am super excited for this. And seeing an actual trailer for the MCU just made me happy. It was already like a week ago that it happened, but we'll get our full breakdown later in this episode. And yeah, no, it's been like 8 days?
My God, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Time's flying, dude. Time's flying. I'm just hoping things get better soon, man.
Well, everybody knows because Miles Morales, time is relative.
This is true. You know what I'm not happy about, Thomas? Is that my Avengers game still won't work, and that Square Enix has not set. Okay, yeah. So, so me and my friend were I game shared the same copy with him, and his also can't get past that part. So it's literally my copy of the game that's broken, and I've already reached out to Square Enix. Square Enix, I know you're listening. Listen to me now. I cannot pass that one. I don't even know the name of the mission with Black Widow. It's one of our
standalone.
To stand alone, I cannot pass this one part where you beat all the enemies and a panel is supposed to pop out of the floor. It does not pop up to open a door, and you can't move forward.
That pops out of the floor.
Yeah, that little thing I circled in the picture I sent, and put it on Twitter. That thing I watched on YouTube because I was like, "What is happening?" When I was first trying to troubleshoot, and the thing pops out of the floor, and you go over and click a little button. And if you're just playing the game normally and doesn't just not happen, I'm sure you wouldn't even really notice because it would just feel you wouldn't even know it popped up. Because
I played that mission last night and I was freaking out the whole time. I was like, dude, what if my game's also corrupted?
I know.
I was so scared, but I have the disc, so there's that.
Yeah, and but it seems like it is kind of not a popular glitch or bug. That's happening a lot because they sent out a whole update with patch fixes, and it wasn't one of them. And normally they fix a lot of stuff that's been a big problem for a lot of players. So I think it's kind of a smaller one. Even though I reached out, and their answer to me ultimately was to wait for patch updates.
So you have to go back and replay that mission all the way through, right? Each time.
So
does it start right there for you?
Yeah, well, it starts from the beginning. I have to refight all the enemies in that room. That's how
just in that room.
Right. I can't get back to the beginning. To stand alone. When you go in, I think you're the aim facility. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get back into the beginning. When you reload, you're just going back into the beginning of the fight. So anyway.
Damn. Oh, are you able to reload them? There should be a thing where you reload the mission or start the mission from beginning.
Maybe I'll have to look into that because I always reload checkpoint and that.
Yeah, I think there's another one. That's essentially to me. It's turn it off and turn it back on. Is reloading the whole mission.
That reminds me of you remember the N64 when the cartridge wouldn't work and blow in it and put it back in and press.
Yeah.
Start.
Did you know you're not supposed to blow in it?
You're kidding.
No, yeah. Well, it's because you're blowing moisture into it. Thanks, COVID. I don't know how we got here, ladies and gentlemen, but we're here
where the audio podcast can be found.
Yes, really quick, Jen Hogan. Yes, I still am living in Florida, just the north part of it where there's less palm trees, more pine trees.
Don't listen to him. He lives in Texas now.
Listen, I would not be opposed. They do have more acting stuff going on there than here. But David, where can everyone find the audio version of this podcast?
Yeah, guys. So if you aren't tuning in now and can't catch us live or the whole show, or if you're driving, taking a run, doing whatever, where you'd ever want to be listening to a audio version of a podcast, you can find these full shows, full episodes on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and our hosting site Spreaker. We normally get them up about 48 hours, usually less after our live show. So yeah, you can go check it out. The full show will be up there. Also, I'm sure we'll get to this, but make sure to follow all of our social medias because we've been posting a lot of different clips where it's just little excerpts from our long form, 90 to 120 minute shows. So go follow Lights Thunder Action on Instagram. Lights Thunder Action on YouTube, and LTA Podcasting on Twitter. Obviously, Lights Thunder Action Show here on Facebook. And go subscribe to HWWS WebTV on YouTube. I think I got everything.
You nailed all of that while I was responding to a not so important text. You just kept, I was just waiting for you to be like, Thomas, my bad. That worked out perfectly. Yes. Shout out to these new graphics.
Yes, brilliant.
Yeah, they're not even, and it's driving me bonkers.
You didn't say anything I wouldn't have noticed. So,
yeah, it's okay. I don't think anyone can notice except for me because I stared at it for hours. Tournament of Trilogies. I haven't tried to make a poll. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of given up on the Facebook polls, but I'll try this week, and we'll have an update next week, and then we'll have to make a hard decision on whether or not we just watch 2 trilogies and say, frack it.
Just do it.
What is this, Nike, or are you Shia LaBeouf, or are you Palpatine, or are you anyways? There's so many. You just said just do it, so that's Nike. Just do it is Shia LaBeouf. Do it is obviously Palpatine. I was gonna go to Evil Kermit. Do it. There's so many ones to do. So that brings us to everyone's favorite segment of the day and also week. What the news?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it with what the news. So first up today, we have the Emmys. The Emmys did happen this year despite everything happening.
Virtual Emmys.
Yeah, the virtual Emmys. I think the first of its kind. The virtual Emmys. Also the first of its kind. So, want to start off with the Watchmen just had a dominant performance with 11 wins at the Emmys. I have not seen Watchmen, HBO's Watchmen show.
I've not either. Who watches The Watchmen? Not you, not I yet, but the Emmys watched The Watchmen.
Yeah, and I've heard it's good. Carlo Campanini, he like sings its praises. He like read the comic, like the original Watchmen comic, and I guess it's like a it is like literally a sequel to like the comic and like the original movie. So it's kind of going along story, and I've heard it's really good. So I think at some point, I may want to read that comic and then watch it. And according to the Emmys, it's really, really good. So yeah, Thomas, what did you think?
Partially unsurprised, partially surprised at the same time. Because okay. It's exciting. I want to watch The Watchmen. I'm never going to stop saying that. But I just haven't wanted to sit down and dive into I think it's 10 hours of content. Because at this point in time, if I have to, I'm struggling to keep up with The Boys right now, and that's week to week. So
yeah, you'd have to just have a time just to sit down and be able to binge it, pretty much.
I would need 2 days of doing nothing but sitting down for 5 hours, and then at the end of that, I'll be exhausted.
So, have you seen the original Watchmen movie, or read the comic, like the graphic novel?
Yes to both.
Okay. So you would, all right. So you could be able to hop right in. Yeah. I haven't at all. I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's more like, it's like an adult themed comic book, almost like. Oh yeah. So it's funny. I actually put Carlo on to The Boys because I'm like, oh, you loved how Watchmen's like, like an adult comic book, like not for kids. I'm like, well, then watch The Boys because it's like for adults. But
shout out to the Camps family, man.
Yeah, man.
It's just a good callback.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Luca because, all my friends have been getting on me because I just now watched Harry Potter. I just finished it today, by the way. We didn't talk about what we've been watching, but I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter, and we just finished Deathly Hallows Part 2 today. Love Harry Potter now. I think it's a really good franchise. It's hilarious to think that I've never even sniffed any of them, watched, because I've been to Universal and seen the Wizarding World, didn't understand any of it. It was kind of like, oh, the architecture looks pretty cool. That's neat. But yeah, I'm 22 years old, finally seeing Harry Potter. I get the hype now. And I wish I was a fan and a teenager or an adult when Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out, and packed in a theater, because I'd imagine that theater experience would have been off the charts. I mean, it was the Harry Potter like end game. It felt like even just watching on the little TV I was watching on today at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's pretty fun. Anyway,
yeah. So back to the Emmys. Watchmen walked away with, I think it's 11
Emmys they won. Yes, sir.
I think they won almost all of the. What did they have? 18 nominations, I think is what it was, which was a record, and they walked away with 11. Mandalorian walked a shout out Mando.
Mandalorian did great.
Walked away with 7, including best score. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that definitely needed to win.
To quote Kite Man, hell yeah. You'll get that when you watch Harley Quinn, bro.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. And then, of course, Schitt's Creek won everything for the comedy, swept it all away, which I guess I'm going to have to go watch that now.
Swept it all away.
It swept it all away. I don't know what that's from. Yeah, Emmys happen. Did you see the video? This is our last thing on the Emmys.
Let's hear it.
Of people like they would get the Emmys, and people were like, "Oh, how are they getting these Emmys so fast?" Did you see the video of oh my God, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He wrote Remy to show it's all about he's Muslim, and it's all about Muslim culture and things of that nature. But he was up for winning an Emmy, and he sent a video out and put it on Twitter. It's someone who's in a complete biohazard suit, standing there with an Emmy in their hand. And then he's like, "This is the view when you don't win the Emmy," and they just wave and walk away. So if you were wondering, if you watched the Vimmys, trademark Flight to Thunder action, then that's how they got the Emmy so fast.
Okay.
You know what's not going to be fast? Movies.
Movies. Yeah, indeed. This comes on the heels of a WandaVision trailer and a WandaVision confirmation release date for 2020, when we were all riding high, feeling good about ourselves. And now we've got a bunch more delays. It's struck twice. Lightning has struck twice. We've this has never happened before. Obviously, we're living in unmarked territory here with everything COVID related when it comes to movies, but no MCU. I mean, we're not going to have an MCU movie for, I think the total will end up being about 21 or 22 months. It'll be from July 2019 until May 2021. So let's jump right in for you guys that don't know. So 3 Marvel Studios films have officially been delayed again. So Black Widow, which was originally supposed to come out on May 1st, 2020, was then pushed back to November 6th, 2020, and now will release basically like a 1 year and a week after it was initially supposed to be released. On May 7th, 2021 is when we will officially be getting Black Widow. We hope. Things obviously could change. We don't know. Because we don't know. I mean, we heard the comments from Marvel or Sony Pictures head last week where he was saying, we're not going to put out a big time movie until we can pack a theater and people feel comfortable. Because, I mean, the tenant numbers have been okay, but they still have to make money just to break even, I was reading. But the good thing about Tenet is that they can just stay in theaters forever, seemingly. But anyway, so back to the MCU. Black Widow has now been delayed a year, and that obviously creates a domino effect and a reorder. So Eternals has now gone from February 12th, 2021, which was just coming up, now back to November 5th, 2021, which is now its second delay, but it'll be coming out next November. Eternals will be. And that movie's wrapped. It's in post-production. People were expecting an Eternals trailer coming soon because, I mean, if the February 12th date had stuck, that would only be a few months away, or, 5 months away. So, last time, people were expecting a trailer for Eternals sometime soon. Well, that's not happening because now it's not coming out for over a year. Maybe we get a teaser sometime in the next 6 months if we're lucky, but we'll see. And I doubt it because I think they're still going to, I think we should, at this point, we have to treat all of these dates as tentative. which is a sad state, especially that May 2021 state, because this move to me, I mean, I want to hear your thoughts too, Thomas, once I get through the Shang-Chi as well. But this to me also showing us that Marvel Studios Disney doesn't want to put it out an MCU film on Disney Plus. They want the theater. There's they have no desire, because they could have kept their schedule, stood packed, and went on a hybrid MCU theater thing. But they're like, no, we'd rather push back, mess up, reorder and do other things and put it out in theaters. So anyway, I want to hear Thomas's thoughts. Shang-Chi has now also been delayed. So Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is now going from May 7th, which is now the Black Widow date, 2021, to July 9th, 2021. And Shang-Chi is actually not finished filming. So it's still in production. I'm not sure the state of that movie. I don't know if you do, Thomas. If they're filming back yet. I'm not sure. I haven't read on that. Yeah. So anyway, it's interesting. So now we're getting recap. Black Widow, May 7th, 2021. Shang-Chi is now coming in between or after Black Widow, July 9th, 2021. And then Eternals is now going to be the third one coming out November 5th, 2021. So now they've actually swapped the release dates of Shang-Chi and Eternals. Shang-Chi will be getting first instead of Eternals. And Eternals is going back to its original November slot. And we've talked about this on the show before, that Marvel likes to have these certain times of the year to release films. They never do it and they always have a plan and a schedule. So anyway, Thomas, your thoughts on all of that? Sorry I went on, but it's a lot.
2020 is the first year without a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie since 2009.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Dude, that's so sad. And the
Right?
only reason in 2009 was just because they took a year gap. And then it was blazing since then.
Yeah, it was Iron Man and Incredible Hulk in 2008. Then they had that year gap, and then it was Iron Man 2, Thor and Cap, Avengers, and they just went swinging for all the fences. And then the fences had to get bigger fences, and then it was an intergalactic fence around the world, and then Ultron happened, and then 2020.
Yep.
Welcome to 2020, the worst reality. One of the 14,306 realities. Sorry. In 5. They won one. I don't really have any thoughts, honestly.
Yeah.
At least we have WandaVision is my thought. That's honestly like my only consolation, because I don't care if it's not in theaters. I just need that Marvel drug. Real bad.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
One thing I wanted to say is that I forget the exact date off the top of my head. I think I'll guesstimate. But so now with Eternals being pushed back to November of 2021, it's now going to come within about 5 weeks of the release of Spider-Man 3, which is something of note.
It's like November 5th and then December 17th, I think is.
Yes. Okay, so like 6 weeks. Yeah. Right. That's exactly right. That's it. So I think that's going to be fine. I think it'll work out great. I think both movies will make plenty of money, especially Spider-Man coming out like as a Christmas film. Like that'll do spectacularly, especially with Star Wars probably out of the picture. Yeah, they will be in 2021. They won't be releasing in holiday. Yeah. But it will be an exciting time. Like I said, we're going to get what's probably an avalanche at some point in 2021, 2022, 2023 of these movies, because what's interesting to me is that movies have figured out how to film, but they just can't get released to the big screen yet. So we're gonna start stockpiling here a bit, hopefully. So then we can all get hit with it at once. But an MCU film, it'll be the shortest window. If from an MCU film, it's only a 6 week apart from 2 MCU films, and that's really exciting to me.
Yep, that would be the shortest.
Yeah, normally it's at least 2 months. That seems to be typically the bare minimum. So anyway, a lot to look forward to still. It's all coming. Black Widow being delayed a full year technically now is a bummer. I think we've all just been waiting and waiting for this film. I would have personally liked to see them just pop it out on Disney Plus and throw it in theaters, and we discussed how we would have gotten both, and it would have been fine. But
I mean, Mulan made 260 in 2 weeks, and then they lose their ability to make money on repeat viewings. And they know that if they throw it in theaters, it's going to garner $1 billion.
Yeah,
Especially if you can pack theaters.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, whatever. Let's keep this like bummer tone going, because season 6 of Supergirl will be the final season of Supergirl, which is a sad moment for me, not for David, because he doesn't watch any of those shows. He's a Ronald McDonald fan over there. But
the
CW announced that they were going to be ending the series on this upcoming one, which means that they get to choose their ending and write the end. So they get to wrap it all up, which is very rare for television. A lot of times, especially superhero shows. Normally they just get snipped off at the balls. I don't know why I just compared superhero shows to like castrating puppies, but I accidentally did, and we're going to run with it.
It oddly works, though. It oddly works.
Doesn't it? Like, so, anyways, it said that it was a joint decision between CW, Warner Brothers TV, and Berlanti Productions, as well as, more likely than not, I'm guessing here, discussions with Melissa Benoist, who plays Supergirl. Important information is she just announced her baby being born recently.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
So this kind of gives her the ability, because it's like 20-hour days over there in Vancouver, and it's pretty brutal. So, she gets to spend time with her family and, build her family and grow the family. Is that the right? Start the family. That's it. Start the family.
Begin the family.
Where were you at earlier when I was trying to write? She gets to begin the family and do it with positive energy. And now she won't have that going on, so she can take on other roles in movies or stage productions and all of that. She's an amazing singer. I was very sad at first, but honestly, it's like, you know what? It's very rare to see a show actually end and get a story that ends it on its own.
Right.
And because the show's ending, she'll be able to come in for cameos in these other shows, which I'm sure she'd be happy to. I hope she'll be happy to. Superman and Lois is going to take over the super family vibe, because this is a super family show, essentially, is what this whole show is about. Superman and Lois is going to be the same thing. So that'll be really exciting that they have that going on, and it looks like she could come back for these big crossovers, because she's very OP. All right. Yeah. And I'm hoping that at the end of this season, she's going to be so OP that she's like, you guys got this.
I mean, I will say, I don't know anything about the CW verse these days, but I do know the Superman and Lois show is coming. So it almost seems like a nice little rite of passage that show might be able to take off while this show gets to have a nice little end cap to it.
Exactly.
And it's and those are such connected. I don't even watch the shows, but I know they're such connected characters, and they're kind of like all in the same group. So it almost will feel like it's being able to continue probably through that. And yeah, maybe a cameo here and there. That I'm sure that'd be awesome.
Yeah. What else is going to have some wild fucking cameos here? Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness has, this is big rumor. This is big bombad rumor mill.
I love this rumor. I love this rumor.
I do too, because it's so batshit insane that it makes sense. So for those of you that don't know, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to be helmed by Sam Raimi, and everybody has been keeping their fingers crossed, their toes crossed, everything else crossed, just to pray that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man makes a cameo appearance. Because that's just how the multiverse works. And, that's how the DC multiverse is working. All these different versions, and they look different. So why would Marvel not do something in that same idea? One idea that is allegedly being considered is Tom Cruise would play Tony Stark from Another Earth, which, if you know, he was up for the lead role in Iron Man before Robert Downey Jr. landed the gig. So hopefully that happens. And I never thought that that Iron Man would get any shorter, but here we are.
Yeah. It's funny. I've always seen a lot of like fan like art of, oh, what if there's like a 90s Avengers? Like, who would it be? And it was like Tom Cruise as Iron Man, like Eddie Murphy as who was Eddie Murphy? Oh, Rhodey. And then like I don't know. It was funny.
Yeah.
I forget who the heck was Captain America. I thought it was good. Shoot. Anyway, there was some interesting.
Thank God it didn't come out in the 90s.
Yeah, well, I mean the CGI just wouldn't have. It would have been rough. But anyway, it's funny after seeing those that this is such a rumor. I doubt this happens. It feels like such a put, and it would. Imagine you're sitting there watching this like intense multiverse of madness movie with like, you know, I mean, it's gonna have a plot to it, and there's gonna be some fun stuff. No doubt we're going to get a lot of fun little cameos in this film because it's literally a movie about the multiverse. So I would expect some cameos. Yeah. Will it be a random Tom Cruise popping up in the Iron Man suit? I hope, but I don't think so.
I don't think he'd be in the suit. I think he could be working on the suit.
Yeah, but yet, like the visual, like wait, how big of a cameo do you think? I feel like it would just be like a split second. I
think it might be like, who are you? Who are you?
I'm Tony Stark.
And like, oh. And then like I think it'd be
imagine like
it would be shorter than this segment. That's for damn sure.
That is for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so for the next 60 seconds, David, let's try and spit out some random cameos we want. Do you have any?
Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, of course. Spider-Man. Fair. Random cameos I would want.
Andrew Garfield as other Spider-Man?
Well, yeah, for sure. But I want the Spider-Man verse like live action movie.
Tom Hardy as Venom.
That would be that would be huge. That'd be huge. That'd be world building. I would love to see Chris Evans as Human Torch.
Yes. Right?
Yeah, just like a split, like a glance of like this guy on fire, and then like it like dims out, and it's Chris Evans and his like buzz cut. That'd be awesome.
I want that too. That's the one I really want.
Yeah.
I also just want anyone as Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Well, right, like an actual world, like a new Fantastic Four.
Which you know we've discussed before that we think this movie is going to set up Fantastic Four in some way, whether it be a mention or a tease or a glimpse.
Yeah.
But I think it's more likely to introduce mutants. More on that later. Wink face. Because I don't have a good segue here, so I'm just gonna say, who the fuck is Peacemaker? Shout out comicbook.com for this graphic. I gotta cite my sources. I saw this and all I could think was, it's beautiful. It's perfect.
Who is Peacemaker? That I honestly don't even know. It's a Suicide Squad member.
Yes, it's a Suicide Squad member. I was not prepared for that question, so give me 1 second.
Okay.
It's a Suicide Squad member who was created by
James Gunn.
Oh, no, it's not created by James Gunn. It's created by someone Charlton, but I don't remember. Of course, these articles don't give credence. To who created it. But so hot off the Suicide Squad DC fandom shit.
Behind the scenes look.
Thank you. They announced that on Wednesday, the 24th, 4 days ago, whatever day that would be. That was a Thursday. That Suicide Squad director James Gunn has written and is going to direct some of the episodes for a Peacemaker series for HBO Max starring John Cena. When it first came out, it said it was a prequel, but he's not confirming the timeline, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
James Gunn said Peacemaker is an opportunity to delve into current world issues through the lens of the superhero and / supervillain and world's biggest douchebag. I'm excited to expand the Suicide Squad and bring this character from DC Film Universe to the full breadth of the series, and of course, be able to work with John, Peter, and my friends at Warner Brothers as icing on the cake. Cena said it was a tremendous honor and incredible opportunity to be involved. James Gunn has the unique ability to create an expansive universe while bringing to life the soul and wit of each character. They look forward to diving deep into Peacemaker. And there it is. Now, some more details about this from James Gunn's Twitter, because he is answering a ton of questions. Brandon Davis from comicbook.com asked, this feels more like Cena/Peacemaker stands out in the Suicide Squad. Let's do more of that. And James Gunn said, true. It's also DC coming to me and saying, if you could do a TV show about any character from the Suicide Squad, which one would you do first? And I was like, I've been having this idea about Peacemaker. I'm always driven by what excites me the most. And he said he's doing Peacemaker in the time always allotted between Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Normally he would have taken more of a break in this space, but it's COVID, so he's stuck at home. So he wrote a TV series. If that's not the most inspiring shit right there, dude.
Such a funny quote. Such a funny quote.
So that's coming. I don't actually know much about Peacemaker other than he's Captain America if he was a total douchebag. And I'm like, that is the role for John Cena. Because everyone's like, he would be great as Captain America. Don't get me wrong. But he's played that. Literally watch anything from wrestling from the last decade, and that is who John Cena's character is.
Right.
He is Captain America, Superman. They call him Superman or Super Cena, and it really pisses me off because Superman's a bitch. He gets beat by rocks or a different atmosphere, dude. For those of you that watch Batman videos, you are so delayed. But
no, I was just like taking in what I was letting you get it out.
Have you seen the Batman videos? Batman versus Superman. I want to team up. What? Why? Like you can literally laser Bane's face off if you wanted. He literally broke my back, and he just run it up jock on steroids. It's from
I love Superman, dude.
He's all right. I like different incarnations, but like overall, he's just too OP. Right. But you know, Cena, some of his best work in wrestling was when he was playing this rap guy who was a total dickhead, and that is my favorite version of Cena because you can tell he's having fun, and that makes you have fun.
Right.
So I think that's what is going to be in Suicide Squad. I think he's really going to steal some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But it's coming out. It's going to be, I believe, 2021.
2021. Yeah. It said 2021, which seems pretty premature.
Scheduled to begin production in early 2021. Suicide Squad is August 2021.
So maybe 2022 release date.
I think it is 2022. Yeah. It's just production was 2021.
Right. Okay. Well, we got to see Suicide Squad first. So.
Exactly. So
I mean, this is a good indication for how good that movie will be. I mean, if the studio's greenlighting this new project, that just seems like some random thing that they want to greenlight. But I think business wise, studio wise, it's giving them a little more something for HBO Max. If people go out and really love Suicide Squad, hey, Peacemaker from Suicide Squad, he was so funny. There's a TV show about him. You good there?
I had to sneeze and then it just went away. It's the worst.
And then they'll go and they'll say, hey, let's watch this show on HBO Max. It's what, $15 a month. And then you check out other stuff. And
you know what else is awesome about the Max? So Batman, they're making Gotham show off of it. Right.
Yeah, they're
Suicide Squad, they're making Peacemaker show off of it. They're putting Justice League on there. They have a Justice League Dark coming from JJ. They have that now, as we mentioned last week, they have Titans, Harley Quinn, Doom Patrol, I think Stargirl, one more, Young Justice, which is the best. Yeah. I've cried so much in that show because they always catch you by surprise. And then they have a Green Lantern show from Greg Berlanti coming out still, which may or may not be tied into the CW verse. Fingers crossed, still hoping. And they have one more thing coming out that I am now blanking out, but they have a lot of DC content. They're like, hey, buy this. And it's like, okay. And it looks like they're trying to tie in at least this series to that movie, which is something that Marvel did not do early on. Mm-hmm. And now they're doing that. And HBO is like, we can do that too. Yeah. Right. So it's going to be very exciting time.
Yeah, and it all makes sense just in the grand scheme of things with streaming and how we take in media these days, especially now. right now, where we're getting more big budget TV shows from these big, typically movie studios on these streaming services. So yeah, it's kind of just a sign of the times in that sense.
I have a thought, and I don't know if I want to say it because it could start a long tangent.
Well,
have you heard about that Amazon movie spinoff that Patty Jenkins wants to do?
What was the movie?
It's a spinoff of Wonder Woman, and it's focused on the Amazons. What if that's a show on HBO Max?
That could be a show.
Patty Jenkins, I want a show of that. I don't want a movie. I want like 10 hours of women kicking ass.
You could argue that Justice League is going to be a show.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
I mean, it's in 4 parts, right?
It is in 4 parts. Man, that would have been a great segue, but unfortunately, that's coming later in the show.
Yes.
Moving on, you know who else is getting a show, bro? Nick fucking Fury. He's tired of these motherfucking scrolls on this motherfucking sword shit.
The one-eyed legend. I still can't believe that's how he lost his eye from the freaking cat, man.
It's not a cat. It's a flurkin.
Yeah, but it was in cat form when he lost.
Intergalactic beast.
Yeah. Anyway.
You don't know what kind of poison was on his talons. Talons?
It was still a bad way for him to lose his eye, man.
It was goofy. But I mean, I thought it was pretty funny. It teaches you don't trust cats.
It was funny in the moment, but when you think about it, like that's really how he has this like intimidate. That's his whole look. Anyway,
it makes that line of the last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye. It gives it a whole different weight. It's like, damn, dude, he got mad trust issues because of a cat, and then that shows you how paranoid he really is.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish it was a person.
It was a stretch. It was a stretch.
But anyway, apparently, we saw him at that was a post-credit scene in Far From Home.
Yes.
Oh, I miss when the MCU was a thing, and we get these post-credit scenes that tease these like far out ideas, and we could just talk about them. Anyway, Samuel L. Jackson is set, according to Variety. It's coming from Variety.com. Samuel L. Jackson is set to reprise his role as Nick Fury in an upcoming untitled Disney Plus Marvel show. We do not know yet. I have some ideas what the show will be, but he's supposed to be taking a lead in it. This will not be a cameo role. It will be a starring role in the Disney Plus show. So, I mean, Samuel L. Jackson's been doing Nick Fury for a decade at this point. So it's cool to see that he still wants to come back. We saw him at the end of Far From Home a bit in that little post-credit scene. And that post-credit scene, in my opinion, and the opinion of some others online, was seeming to be setting up SWORD, which is kind of the intergalactic, quote-unquote, SHIELD style organization that we could be seeing a bit of also in WandaVision, coming soon, actually. And so Thomas, you saw this news. It's just the report. We have no official word from Marvel, but it seems like it's coming down the way at some point. Thomas, what were your thoughts?
This has been rumored for like 7 years.
You're right.
Actually, like this has been a Nick Fury movie is in discussion. Oh, a Nick Fury series is in discussion. And now it's like Disney Plus can do this. You know what else has been rumored on Disney Plus, which I think is probably one of your thoughts? Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
And
which I think they could maybe do more with Secret Invasion instead of making it just like a Disney Plus show. But
no, I think this sets it up.
Okay.
Because think about it. He's working with Skrulls already. There's good Skrulls, bad Skrulls. Like there's good humans, bad humans. Just like there's smart people, dumb people. Like there's good cats, bad cats.
This is true.
Like there's good sports teams, and then there's my Florida State Seminoles. Which are like just
that's
dumpster fire is being really nice compared to what we are right now. We're a nuclear dumpster fire, but I think that is going to set up that because it's also been rumored that Captain Marvel 2 will have some Secret Invasion stuff going on, or Kree Skull War or something. But I think that this would be the most logical step, is to have Nick Fury's show introduce more Skrulls and all of that insanity.
Right.
And also, this could genuinely span a couple of years of him trying to catch back up to what happened over the 5-year gap.
Yeah, that's
remember,
true.
he did get dusted.
Yeah.
Along with Maria Hill. So, like, the two people who were always plugged in even after S.H.I.E.L.D. fell, which, by the way, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is apparently still in the MCU in some loose tie way. And we all know, if you watch the show, that he got the helicarrier in Age of Ultron from Phil Coulson, who's still was alive. I don't know. It's confusing. Time is relative. I think that's our most logical option for what this show is going to be. And I'd be really excited to see if it turns into like an Avengers thing.
I don't know. Yeah, he is known for forming and bringing together the Avengers. So,
and it's on Disney Plus. So what if it kind of brings all of the new Disney Plus characters together and is like, cool. All right, new recruits, here's the dealio.
All right, Wanda, cool it down. Come to your senses.
Disney Plus and all these new characters. Loki's not a new character. However, they do have new casting, and it is a doozy. Richard E. Grant, who is known for, honestly, just like a lot of shit.
A lot.
He's known for so much. But he was most recently in, that I saw, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. He played an amazing evil person, and I did not mean to click that button. I did. He's confirmed that he's been cast, and he's going to work alongside Tom Hiddleston. And I want to send everyone to this picture because this is what he posted on his Twitter. This is straight from the source.
He's old Loki.
He's old Loki. Look at that. Look at those features. It is so damn similar that if he's not old Loki, it's a waste. It is a waste. But also, if he's old Loki, will we get old Thor? And if he's old Loki, how old will he be? Because we all know
that's true.
Like he could be
really old.
If he's old Loki, he could be like 1 million years old, which Loki and Thor both live to past 1 million. In the comics, by the way.
That's not even like it's crazy.
Right? It could be like, oh yeah, don't do that. Well, yeah, I mean, it leads to this whole thing. I have no idea if this is true. Obviously, I'm aggressively hoping so.
I think it is true. I mean, even just that post he put, that's a big time tease that he'll be playing an older from the future, however you want to draw it up, Loki.
Yeah. Everyone claim it right here, right now, September 28th at 5:49 p.m. Central Standard Time / 6:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're calling it.
Book it.
Booked it. You know what else has been booked? I forgot. Hawkman, thank you. I was looking for his name and I couldn't find it.
Hawkman is
article.
Coming. Yes. The Hollywood Reporter has recently reported that Black Adam has gotten a new casting call. So Hawkman, the DC Comics character, is supposed to be coming to Black Adam, and he will be played by the one and only Aldous Hodge. Aldous Hodge, who is known for Straight Outta Compton, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, The Invisible Man. And he will be playing Hawkeye in The Rock. Hawkman. What'd I say?
You said Hawkeye.
Who will be playing Hawkeye? in Avengers 7. He'll be playing Hawkman. Oh, man, that's going to get real confusing real quick. Yeah, Hawkman in The Rock's Black Adam. Thomas, what did you think when you heard this news?
Fuck yeah. So I saw and I was like, yeah, well, like I can't place who he played in Straight Outta Compton, but like those eyes are what I remember. And he played MC. He played MC Ren.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's a great actor. He's been in a couple of other things that I've seen, and I'm a fan of him. I'm so happy they actually went with logic in this casting, in the sense that Hawkman he's Thanagarian. First off, he is an alien technically, but lived on Earth for thousands of years, being reincarnated out of Egypt. That is like some of the lore. And in the comics, he's a freaking white dude. In the show Legends of Tomorrow, where they had Hawk Girl and Hawkman, Hawkgirl was of color, and Hawkman was racially ambiguous, but he looked a little more white than anything else in terms of just complexion. So it was kind of weird. I mean, also Vandal Savage was white, but granted that he is literally immortal. So he's been cast, which means it makes way more sense in the sense of he's coming from Egypt. And I'm excited. Like, I'm wicked excited because he's going to be going potentially toe to toe with Black Adam. Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious. Cool casting. I'm curious to see what character, like what role what? I just went from trying to say Black Adam. I'm trying to get the Hawkman, is what I'm trying to say. But I was about to say Black Adam, then Hawkeye, Hawkman. I'm curious what kind of role Hawkman will be playing in the Black Adam movie. Like you said, as an antagonist, protagonist, like sidekick. I imagine maybe like beginning as an antagonist and works like maybe they come together. Who knows? That's a typical kind of movie trope that we see sometimes. I would love to see them fight together because they can both fly, and that could be pretty cool. I'm curious. Hawkman is an interesting looking character in the comics, and I remember it from, what was it, Legends of Tomorrow? Yeah. So I'm curious how the costume will look, how much they lean into that. So yeah, exciting news. I think it's cool that he's coming to the DCEU or whatever you call it these days, and yeah, all good times.
You know what else was good times, bro? College. That's where we met.
That is where we met.
And the boys are going back to college.
This is fun news to me. So The Boys, which is the Amazon Prime, rated R or whatever. What is it? MA on TV, whatever. For
very
adult superhero show. It's very much so a superhero show. A soup show, as maybe some would say. It is getting a spin-off show from Amazon, which makes sense, I would say, business-wise, because I think The Boys is their most popular Amazon Prime. Like, it brings in the viewers. It seems like it would be a show that'd be popular on a Netflix, anything like that. It's a popular streaming show. And they want to make more money off that. But they had this really fun idea, in my opinion, where they're going to be focusing on younger It's going to be a spin-off. So, let's just say it's in the same universe as The Boys, where we're going to have superheroes in college, young superheroes that will be, in the universe. And we're going to focus on their stories and what they're up to. And honestly, man, this sounds like a fun show, especially in the world they've built with Vought and Homelander and everyone. It would be cool. I think it'll be more of, even though the boys, like the actual boys in The Boys show, are so like grassroots, like in the dirt, in the mud, living in who knows where, this will almost be more of an outside look, looking into the bigger picture of Vought and the Seven and all this, when you're in college. Because when you're in college, it's still a far away thought, like being in the Seven. Like, I guarantee there'll be a character that's like, I want to be in the Seven so bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to be Homelander. And I don't know. I just feel like it could be a really cool show. It's a really fun idea. And I like the idea of them building kind of a bit of a universe. I like universe building. Fun fact about me. It's a cool idea. And we both do. I know you do.
Okay, Mr. Mandalorian had filler episodes.
It did have filler episodes. That's not what I meant. The Mandalorian is in the Star Wars universe. Just having one episode of The Mandalorian is universe building. I digress. Thomas,
exactly.
What did you think of this news?
I was shocked, to say the least.
Yeah, I was
like everything with The Boys. I was I'm surprised. I think it's an ingenious idea, and I, considering everything we know about Vought so far in the series, it'll be interesting to see how Nazi propaganda they are in this college.
True,
because it's rumored to be like an all soup college, which is just fucking dangerous.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
let's give supers alcohol and drugs and sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That sounds a little sketchy sketch. Like laser my tits. If you've seen The Boys episode 5, I think that's that. Very exciting, and I'm interested to see what they do, like how they're going to approach it. Because you can do a lot of different things, and I am excited, but I'm going to reserve all judgment until more details come out. Let's see. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? There are 7 people. You know what else has 6 people?
Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Hey, 7 with Zack Snyder. There you go. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for saving the segue.
You're welcome. So Zack Snyder's The Justice League, the Snyder Cut, as it's been proclaimed by the fans. They begged for it. They wanted it. It's coming to almost said Disney Plus, HBO Max. It is getting reshoots. It is getting full-fledged, in-person reshoots. And The Hollywood Reporter is reporting this, so it comes from a pretty reliable source. And the budget is going to be about $70 million for the reshoots. That's important to note. There is speculation that Henry Cavill did come out and say while he was doing press for Enola Holmes, which is now available on Netflix. I'm not trying to promote it. That's just the fact. It sounded like I'm like a rep for Netflix. But anyway, he said that he's not going to film anymore for the Snyder Cut. But then this news comes out, and every website is saying, "Oh, Cavill's not coming back. Cavill's not coming back." But he hasn't said anything since the news actually broke from Snyder that there's going to be reshoots. So the jury's still out on that, in my opinion, and Thomas's as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So reshoots are happening for Justice League. I'm excited because this is just more proof that Snyder is getting the chance to tell the story he truly wanted to tell. They're putting in $70 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of set design. Paying the actors again. I think Ray Fisher is getting like some sort of salary bump for this role.
We have a lot of speculation and rumors out of this.
Yeah. And I just want to say before you jump into your kind of thoughts, I think this is really exciting from a standpoint that it gives me more faith that this movie is going to be good. I think we're all kind of assuming it's going to be better than the original Justice League, but we don't really know. But I think Snyder being able to dive back in on set, get in front of get behind the camera, get in front of the actors, and really get what he wants out of them gives me a lot more faith from just him taking whatever he could snag, because he did have to leave set. He wasn't able to finish everything that he wanted for the film. He finished most of it, and this is just showing he'll be able to finish it, and it's exciting, man. It's cool. Affleck will be back, and we already know he's coming back for the Flash, so it's very exciting times. Coming 2021, I assume now probably one thing this probably makes me think they'll come out late 2021 because they have to do reshoots, and that's a whole production nightmare. But
wasn't it? Aren't they supposed to be filming in like November or something?
I
feel like that's what I read somewhere, and now I have no idea.
I'm not sure I read that, but maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. I think Warner Brothers is already starting to film other things, so maybe they can get it go. And I don't know where they'd be filming. That's a whole nother question. Is going to be on? That's what we brought up with WandaVision was how they're mostly on set, so it's more controlled. Like Falcon Winter Soldier has to travel and all these things, so you wonder how that would work.
I would assume, on a set. Hey, I'm excited. I'm very excited that they announced this because I was like, oh, they have a lot filmed, but I know for a fact there were animatic things that were put in there, like Martian Manhunter. Spoiler alert: General Hennessy or whatever, the guy from the general from Man of Steel, he was going to be back in there again, and he was going to be revealed as Martian Manhunter.
Right. That was a
Which is like, what?
yeah.
Also kind of pulls from Supergirl when the director of the DEO is Martian Manhunter. Anyways, I digress.
You digest, Thomas.
That's what happens when you watch too much Family Guy as a child, kids. You just accidentally quote them when you don't mean to. I'm very excited. This is good. That's all I got to say. I'm just so happy that they're putting time, money, and effort to make this the best it possibly can be. Finally, 18,000 years later. Thank you, Warner Brothers.
Yep.
Holy crap.
That
What's up the news? We'll go ahead. We're going to take a quick sponsor break. If you would like to be a sponsor of Lights Thunder Action, you can private message David. You can private message myself. You can private message Terry McIver. You can private message Lights Thunder Action on Facebook, on the Twitters, on the YouTube, or you can message HWWS WebTV on YouTube. All of it. You can find us everywhere. You can talk to us. We'll give you pricing. And we'll play your commercial right here on our show every time.
Every time.
Famous Faces and Funnies in Melbourne, Florida is leading the way in pop culture fun. From comic books and graphic novels to Funko Pops and collector's items, Famous Faces and Funnies has it all. Rick Shea and the professional team at Famous Faces and Funnies are friendly and knowledgeable. Whether you're looking for toys, props, collector treasures, or a new comic book, Famous Faces and Funnies is your one-stop shop. To find Famous Faces and Funnies on Facebook and Twitter, just type at FFF Comics.
And we're back.
Hey.
Also, Famous Faces and Funnies spoiled the hell out of me when it came to comic books and collectibles. Huge. It's basically a warehouse.
Yeah.
Is how I described it, of comic book collectibles and comic books. Holy shit. They probably have stuff that I need from like 2 years ago. That's how much they have. It's awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main topic of today's show, and that is the WandaVision trailer. We're going to play it for you, and then we're going to break down like D-Generation X for my wrestling fans. We're probably going to do stop and go along the way. We might watch it once. You know what? We're doing this live, so we're winging it. We're going to watch it once, then we're going to go back and do stop motion. Not stop motion. Freeze frame. Thank you. Thank you, Brain. Thank you, Monday Brain, for catching up to me. If you've not seen it, you're welcome.
Here we go.
So we're going to keep us on here. This button, volume up.
Great.
Disney, please don't take us down. It's free advertising. I love you.
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time.
I really hope the whole episode is in that ratio.
This is our home now.
Ugh.
I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas.
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from...
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Freaky.
This is really happening.
See, I love that. Oh, we seen it. That's loud. Now here's the big part of the trailer.
Huge, yeah.
I did.
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Woo. Now this, we're going to come back to this point because that is
They are an
mind-boggling
unusual
thing.
couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
I love it.
Exclusively on the Disney Plus.
Soon.
Okay, so it says coming soon, and it originally said December of 2020.
Yep.
But somebody did a data mining thing, and they found November 30th as a date. Hold on. I'm wrong about that.
Oh.
Yeah, I said that, and then I realized that that's not the date. November
sure?
27th.
Oh, okay. So around that time, though.
Yeah. Which would be a Friday, which makes sense. So holy tit balls. So, David, what are your thoughts on this trailer? We'll give our thoughts, and then we'll dive back in and do a quick breakdown, and we'll try and wrap this up in the next 20 minutes for everybody.
Sounds good. Yeah. I love it. It looks like everything I want it to be. You know, I want Wanda's vision to come crumbling down, and I think that's what we're gonna get. But I want to see it get built up. I want to see the vision, as one would say, get built up, come together. It all be going nice and swimmingly and joyful and all that good stuff. And Vision being back. Paul Bettany looks great. I'm happy he's back. He's playing Vision. I love his character. I loved him as Jarvis. I love him as Vision. So I'm happy that this little goofy, really intense show, I'm sure it will be probably in the later episodes, is coming. And yeah, it also seems like a really cool world builder for the MCU. I really cannot wait for this show. I'm not gonna lie, I've been more excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier just because I feel more connected to those characters, and I don't know. I've just been more excited for that movie or that show. I don't know why. I guess because I maybe it's a little less risky. Maybe I like know what I'm getting myself into with that movie, that show a little bit more. And but I'm very excited for both of these. This could be our first look at Phase 4 in the MCU, which is a really exciting thought. It looks like it's going to be the case. Will be at this point. Yeah, I mean, I try to keep everything tentative these days. But
it's done. I mean, they've already said it's coming in 2020, so they can't go now.
This is true. And it the trailer is the first one to come out since the final Black Widow trailer before everything went down. So anyway, it looks awesome. Thomas, what are your thoughts?
I have watched this so many times because it is exactly what I was hoping it would be, which is bonkers. I feel like I think it's 6 or 8 episodes. The first half of the season is going to be all questions. As it goes on, there's going to be a little reveal and it's going to be questions. But then when you go back and rewatch it, you're going to realize it was telling you exactly what you needed to know about what was happening. But it was so layered in subtext that you were just like, Seth, what?
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
I'm a huge fan of this trailer. I don't know if I'm more excited for this or Falcon and Winter Soldier.
It's hard.
I think as we've gotten closer to time, I'm more excited about this because of how insane it seems to be.
Yeah. It's going to be a wild ride for sure.
And I feel like if they were to drop the Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer today, I would probably be more excited for Wanda.
See that? Oh, you think so?
Just because I like the fact that I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have an idea what's going on. But like from the trailer, I'm like, dude, what? It looks insane. I love it. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, as you said, we kind of know what we're getting already.
Yeah.
So it's like it's going to, to me, I think that show is going to be more the Winter Soldier. Where when it's done, I'm like, hell yes. I stand this so hard. But leading up, I'm like, I'm excited. Like, I think it's going to be awesome, but I kind of know what we're going to get in a way there. And it's more grounded, and this is just
I can't wait.
My favorite thing is Paul Bettany has said that what we see in the trailer is nothing compared to how fucking insane it gets.
Yeah.
He said he's like I get this set up, I think his quote was, "Oh, you think that's crazy? It gets so much more fucking bonkers in the trailer."
Yeah.
I'm like, stan it.
There's no way. I mean, exactly.
So we're going to turn the volume down here. It starts out with them saying just married.
Yeah.
Vision and the Scarlet Witch have been married.
A 4:6 ratio on the shot because like old school. It's like 50s. It's like
so if you right here, this paper says little baby June. June's first word tickles mother. And that is apparently June Covington, who was a university student turned genetically modified miracle who joined Norman Osborn in the second incarnation of the Dark Avengers, which broke out of the Thunderbolts in a way, going by a familiar alias of Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
That's a nice little Easter egg tossed in right there. They hit you with Easter eggs that are so deep and complex here. I love the I Love Lucy stuff here because that is one of my favorite shows of all the times. This is all of the tea, or should I say wine here? So she's using telekinetic stuff and pouring wine, and this is Maison du Mépris, which translates to House of Contempt. Now, obviously, House of M is a very big story. It is the no mutants that changed everything and turned Scarlet Witch into a bona fide villain.
Yep.
Which it's being teased that maybe that's what's happening here. I have more theories, excuse me, theories at the end of this. I think that it saying House of Contempt is not just an homage to House of M, both in, phonetic, contempt. If you were to slur really bad there, you definitely hit the M, House of Contempt. But also I think that, contempt is a specific way to word something, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, which is never a good idea, that contempt is that, you hold ill will towards it. I finally got the dictionary up. The feeling that a person or thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or deserving scorn. Disregard for something that should be taken into account. Oh, that's basically this entire little thing here. Or the offense of being disobedient to or disrespectful of a court of law and its officers. Very interesting definitions for the word contempt. All kind of fits in the narrative of what this show is, which I'm going to say it right now. I think they're stuck in her head or stuck in a TV. We're going to continue and leave that. Also, it has an M right at the top.
Yes, I noticed that.
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from.
So they have no idea how they got there. It's as if they are in a dream.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like a dream.
Gonna lead to my full-on theory here as we get closer. The changing of the color is an amazing thing. We're gonna stop. We're gonna go back.
It's almost like it's moving through like eras.
Time and eras. Yeah, they're dancing here in the 70s. This looks like the 80s and or 90s. Like this specifically reminds me of if you were to take the house from Everybody Loves Raymond and you flipped it on a mirror, right? Doesn't it?
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah.
And they have the babies here, which are superbly important to why I stopped it here.
Yeah.
Those are the twins, ladies and gentlemen. That would be Wiccan and Speed. Wiccan boasts many of his mother's abilities, such as telepathy and reality warping, and Speed he's fast. I'm sorry, that's it. They're basically the twins, like the Maximoff twins of Wanda and Pietro. Now, in the House of M comic, they are two of the many people Wanda brings back to life, but with a twist that they never existed to begin with. I do believe she snapped when she realized that her children were made up in her head. That was like the whole House of M thing, which is, you're above me now. Interesting.
Yeah.
Continue on. Quick shot of Catherine Hahn hanging out. She's the only person that we see multiple times other than Wanda and Vision in this. And she's, I'm guessing that would be the 80s because those are definitely 80s.
Those are definitely 80s, yeah.
Comic book accurate Scarlet already seen, but she's dancing and she just won my heart. I love you, Scarlet Witch.
Maybe it's Halloween.
Yes. Rewind back really fast. Also Halloween, everyone seems to be frozen in complete place. It looks like this is a Transformer. This might be a version of Scarlet Witch. Like a play off of her MCU accurate costume. Now he's rising up above, looking around, realizing shit's gone sideways. Wakes up Catherine Hahn.
Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Yeah. I don't get what's going on there. I mean, I understand the line, but like, it's like, why is she frozen? Like, what?
Exactly. Why is she frozen is the key. But the most important thing is that if you watch this with the closed captions on, which we were not, let me see if I can rewind this. Boom. It says her name is Agnes.
Yeah.
Which she's been rumored as playing. Oh God, where is it?
Isn't it like the nosy neighbor?
Yes. Oh my God, it doesn't actually put her real name in here.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. I'm so sorry. Agatha Harkness. She was rumored to be playing Agatha Harkness, which in the comics, she was a Salem witch trial OG. She somehow survived the trials, makes it to present day, and serves as a mentor figure to Scarlet Witch, an eventual future foe. Considering Han is the only character we see, it's kind of a loose confirmation of that being the case.
Interesting, yeah.
I mean, that brings this amazing witch laugh here, right?
Oh, yes.
This is the shot of all of the shots that got me. I just love this so much.
Yeah.
That's all I look. It's such a great look. I love the way that they're playing into it.
Yeah, it's a fun, like, nod and a wink at
like
the
Captain America wearing his OG suit as that USO. It's like so awesome. And it looks like, based on how that house looked, it's a different time than the last one. So the twins could be aged up, and there's a rumored casting call that that there'd be older versions of the twins.
Right.
So this is like further into the future. She reality warps at will. It's like she's practicing her talents here.
She's like changing it up.
Exactly. And
this is the crazy part.
This is the crazy part. It gets crazier because I think I sent you the link that I'm kind of utilizing as my assistance. Her reality warping there, if it's stuck in her head, crazy. Now I'm gonna rewind because this is so wearing the same clothes, covered in red magic, being pulled. Now, I'm going to keep playing this one part right here. Tell me that doesn't look like they're in a TV.
Yeah.
Because it's got the same effect there and then the same effect there. And then she lands, eyes open. And that is Monica Rambeau, Lolo Monica from Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Here's a very interesting thing that I found thanks to an article. One, this is supposed to, we know Sword is confirmed to be in this due to set photos in a field. Where are they now? They're in a field. This is Sword. Wild. Why is Monica Rambeau dressed up in like 1970s, 1980s attire? Maybe it was because she was a go-go dancer for Halloween kind of vibes. Maybe it's because she's from a fucking different multiverse. We'll find out. I gotta go back one beat. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube is only allows so much frame rate change. Now it's really hard to see, but back here where my mouse is,
that's what's her face?
That is
Darcy.
Darcy.
Darcy. Wait,
Yes.
is that it?
Yeah, it's Darcy.
Okay.
That is oh no, it didn't pop up in this one. Oh no, oh my. Yeah, that's Darcy from Thor. And as we know, she was last working with Jane doing interstellar stuff. So the fact that she's working with Sword now makes total sense. Oh my God, it is like gotta be right on time. I can't catch it. There it is. This person right here. Notice the hair. According to how do I phrase this?
According to what?
Yeah, this is what I was trying to figure out. If she's in the shot of the Mysterious Men, she's got the same hairstyle. That could be Monica Rambeau. And the slight part in the hair matches exactly what Rambo had when she was dressed in sword attire for set pictures, along with her ID tag being clipped to her belt. We have set photos of the actress that plays Monica Rambeau in sword attire, and that could be who this is. Are there two Monica Rambeaus in this?
Find out.
In this right here, because the very next shot is her on the ground in that 70s vibe attire, and she wakes up and boom. Holy banana balls, right, ladies and gentlemen? That is those are the Easter eggs that we could find in here. And it looks like it's, there's a part where it says television or WandaVision, and then it glitches and changes it to television. David, what are your thoughts?
It seems like it's leaning into and doing the story where I really want it to go, where it's embracing the weird, it's embracing the maybe the audience knows more than Wanda and Vision that we're looking at. But I also kind of hope that we learn a little bit at a time. See, this is a show where I hope it's a bit of a slow burn. I think this show could really benefit from building, give us a bunch of questions, like you were saying, questions. Yeah. And then at the end, we get a lot of answers, and it'll be fun, and it'll be really rewatchable because you'll see a lot of crumbs that they left behind on the second go around that you probably didn't catch the first time. I think the cast is great. I'm excited to see how this ties into the MCU as a whole. It's interesting to me that, obviously Black Widow is supposed to come first in general. This is coming first now. And I think maybe it's just what it was meant to be. I think this is a fun way to start Phase 4. It's a weird start. And when you have a movie called Into the Multiverse of Madness, Phase 4 is getting weird. So this is a fun start, Thomas. So yeah, I'm excited.
So you want to know here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to throw it on Front Street. My fan Thor.
Here it is. Lay it on me.
Remember when I said that she's stuck in her head?
Yes.
And it's House of Contempt. I think she's stuck in her head, but in a dream, in a nightmare.
Oh boy.
And that's how we get into the multiverse of madness. Because the nightmare realm is an entire multiverse, like an entire universe unto its own. And nightmare preys upon the visions and the nightmares of people. And it's framed in the framework of television. And if you watch how it does things, like why? And they can't answer how they met. It's like you just popped up there and you don't know how you got there. Like you're in a dream. We all seen Inception. I seen it. So I think they're stuck in a nightmare.
Okay.
And I think Agatha Harkness is in a deal with Nightmare, and she's the villain of the show. Excuse me. But because she's reality warping.
Yeah.
Not only is she reality warping in her dream, she's doing it in reality because she has that ability.
Right.
I also think this will lead to more mutants. In some way, I think she's going to speak into existence mutants. I think that this is going to be what starts Doctor Strange going into the multiverse of madness. Yeah. We might even get Doctor Strange at the end of this show in a post-credit scene, or just showing up and pulling her out in some way.
That'd be epic.
I don't think so, because I think she's going to succeed in the day, or this series is going to end while she's still trapped.
Yeah.
But her reality warping that she's doing in the dream, if she's doing that in reality while she's asleep, that is the most cosmically dangerous thing. Yep. And Doctor Strange would know about it almost instantaneously, because they mentioned in Doctor Strange that is like the one thing you can't do. The mirror realm, the shadow realm. That's where you do all this stuff. But once you do it in reality, you're changing too many things, and that, no more sorcerers. This might lead to Mordo, right? Coming back. Yeah. I think she might bring Vision back to life.
Really? I think that after this show, we won't see Vision again.
Very possible.
Yeah.
I think she might somehow bring him back to life, though.
I think there'll be a moment where she has to let him go. That's my guess.
That would be the best way.
Yeah.
But something in me tells me that she's going to bring Vision back to life.
Hey, MCU loves
because
resurrection.
Multiverse of Madness. They might bring Vision back from a different multiverse. Right? But he won't be the same. He'll be completely different, and then it'll change everything. I also think that Monica Rambeau thing is there specifically because of multiversal change. If she's if how do I phrase this? If Wanda and Vision are not stuck in her head and they're actually in a reality,
I see. Yeah.
She could be bringing that person from a different reality set in a different time.
Right.
So Monica Rambeau from the 70s or 80s. Mm-hmm. Or she could be sending her from her reality as well, which is one thing that I'm very intrigued about.
Yeah.
Because it looks like this is a very self-contained story, except for that Monica Rambeau stuff.
See, that's the thing. I think there's some sort of weird exterior containment thing happening here. That's what's confusing to me too, because you would think this is all kind of like an imagination or a dream or, like you said, a nightmare. But then there's like a physical looking screen like thing that woman shoots through, and it's like, all right, where are we? Is this is Wanda being confined? Has she already gone crazy? Is this her being confined? We don't know. I mean, like you said, linear storytelling in the MCU is poof gone. Is this after Multiverse of Madness? I don't know. There's a lot of questions, dude.
This is definitely before Multiverse of Madness because it ties in.
Right.
And but Wanda is Ivy said Wanda is in Multiverse of Madness, and you have to watch what happens in WandaVision, because I'm going to summarize all of this into what WandaVision is. WandaVision is going to show you exactly how powerful Scarlet Witch is and why she's the most powerful Avenger now.
Yeah,
including more powerful than Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is all about strength. She can only do so much if reality is going to be shifted around her.
Yeah, no, I mean, we saw it a bit in Endgame that Wanda literally almost killed Thanos by herself.
Exactly, and he rains fire down, and then Captain Marvel beats him to death, but WandaVision doesn't even touch him. Yeah. Same the way she kills Ultron. She doesn't touch him.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I think the bottom line is a lot could happen, and we're excited to get it rolling. And end of this year. I mean, we'll be talking about it in this podcast every week, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot wait for WandaVision. So,
yeah, we might be weekly reviewing this on here. This is my favorite shot of the whole thing. It's her dancing. I love Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
Okay, so you weren't alive in the 90s, but like Mary Kay and Ashley were the thing, bro. Yeah. So I was always like, yeah. And then I was like, Elizabeth Olsen. And I was like, yeah, she looks like the Olsen twins. Oh my God, her name's Olsen. She must be related. And I looked it up, and I was like, she is.
It's funny. She's kind of the one that's worked out of the bunch.
Well, she didn't start as a child. So there's that as well.
I think that's probably the secret recipe right there. Honestly.
It is, because they both made money and then they went into different things. Like they went into different complete avenues of life.
Fashion and stuff.
Yeah. They got burnt out on it. And I mean, who knows why?
Elizabeth Olsen's doing great now. I mean, she's an Avenger. So what else more can you ask for in life? Really?
I would marry Elizabeth Olsen. And I don't even want to be married.
I'm sure she's listening.
I doubt that's a way to win her heart, but
hey, if Vision can do it, if a robot can do it, anyone can do it, Thomas.
Dude, even the robot has more nuance and emotions than I do. Like, I sometimes am a robot. Anyways, I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, that is WandaVision, and that is going to bring us to our closing. David, where can everyone find you on the social media?
Yeah, sure. You guys can find me at my name, David Thompson, on Facebook, at David J. Thompson on TikTok and Instagram. I posted a TikTok about a week ago. It's literally nothing, but hey, I was active. David Thompson on Twitter with 2 A's. Thomas, what about you?
You can find me on Facebook at Thomas Carter Rochester -actor, at Thomas Carter Rochester, all one word, no hyphens, no spaces, on Instagram at TC Rochester. Act. That is TC Rochester ACT on the Twitter. If you are watching this right now, that is a wrong graphic. I fucked up.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, ruh-roh. TC Rochester ACT on Twitter, and of course, Life of Thor on YouTube, where you can catch starting at the end of October. Thor watches The Mandalorian season 2. Oh, and if we do reviews on this show, then there will not be Thor watches the WandaVision. If we don't do the reviews, you might have to tune into that because that might be a thing. I don't know. We're going multiverse.
Do it all, boys.
WandaVision. Bring me into your reality. I want to be Thor. I'll be a 5'10" Thor. Of course, you can find us, Lights Thunder Action Show, here on Facebook, at Lights Thunder Action on Instagram, at LTA Podcasting on Twitter, Lights Thunder Action ! On YouTube, and of course, live streaming and directly into your homes and phones via Facebook and the HWWS WebTV channel on YouTube. I said the whole thing instead of just the YouTube. That is where we are. Yes, those things. David, what do you have to promote this week?
Nothing much, dude. Go Heat. Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. NBA Finals. I'm excited. That's about it. I'm a happy man. See you guys next week. Thomas, what about you, brother?
I actually have a very important thing to promote this week. I'm putting it in the comments right now. It is a GoFundMe page. There's a young man who goes to Florida Tech, where we went to college, named Trenton Boone. He's a sophomore studying mathematics, and he's also a young brother of my fraternity of Lambda Chi Alpha there. He found out on June 29th that he had a brain tumor on his brain stem. He had surgery July 6th to remove the tumor, and 10 days later, he and his family were officially told that he had brain cancer. It's a grade 2 tumor called diffuse astrocytoma. Oh my God, I got that right. After a lot of deliberation over the treatment options, Trent is currently doing chemo 7 days a week and radiation 5 days a week. He's a fighter. He's going to beat this, but we can help by supporting his GoFundMe page to help offset some of the expenses. Their goal is $10,000, and currently they're at $3,775. I don't know how expensive chemo and radiation and all that stuff is, but I assume it's bank breaking. And during these times, like he found out during COVID.
Yeah.
Right, that's insane. So, I'm not sharing what I thought I was sharing. He found out during COVID, and so here's a picture of Trent right here. If you cannot donate money, which I 100% understand, if you cannot, I currently cannot donate money because I'm very not liquid after going to Texas and spending all of my money and then renting a house, all that stuff. I understand, but I'm doing what I can here by sharing it to you. If you cannot, I just posted the link in our comments on Facebook.
Yep.
I'm going to post it here again because safety first, kids. You can always post something twice. I'm going to post it again on Facebook and on our YouTube, on the HWWS YouTube, so that you can go and share this stream. At the very least, if you share it, more eyes will get onto it. Cancer's a bitch. Fuck cancer. Fuck COVID. And this is what we can do to help one individual currently. And next week, I have another GoFundMe to bring up that is not as personally direct to me. I mean, I've never even met the young man, but he's a brother, and I got to support my brothers in any point in time, especially in health crisis.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us here on this incredible. Oh, I have one more thing to promote, and it is an upper. After that, serious promotion. Good old Ryan Permison of Nerd Culture and a member of the HWWS WebTV family. His birthday is today. He is years old. I don't even know how old he is. I'm pretty sure he's older than me, which is nice. I like that.
The strapping
young lad of Ryan. His birthday is today, and currently, as our show is ending, you can go right now to watch the KitchenKillaz. KitchenKillaz. They don't put the ER at the end. They're live right now on their Facebook page, KitchenKillaz. You can go watch them, get live music, listen to them, have a wrap up. They have an interview going on, I'm pretty certain. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Ryan Permison is going to be going live on the Nerd Culture page with some HWWS WebTV folks to celebrate his birthday. So if you want to go there and give him a shout out, please do. Happy birthday, Ryan. Thank you for tuning in when you do.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
We'll see you all next time. This has been episode 25 of Lights, Thunder, Action.
Bye, everyone. Go Heat!